name is Xiaoliang, a PhD student at the Institute of Geomorphic Sciences and Natural Resources, surprised by Professor Xiaoliang and Yu Liu. Today, I would like to discuss the variation patterns of soil carbon, nitrogen, and erosion on same period. First, let me provide some background. Globally, natural and artificial shore ecosystems are widely distributed across dry land. In the northern Loess Plateau channel, shore planting has been widely implemented as an important ecological restoration strategy for controlling soil erosion. Shore restoration has enhanced vegetation cover, reduced soil erosion, promoted nutrient accumulation, and provided important food resources. However, the patch distribution of shores has also altered hillslope water and sediment transport pathways, leading to restribution of soil and water resources, in particular concentrated flow between shore patch may accelerate soil erosion. Shore ecosystem development induces micro-topographic change, reshapes hillslope hydrological processes, and modifies landscape connectivity pattern, thereby alter the distribution of soil resources and water availability. However, previous studies have reported inconsistent ecological effects of shore restoration, especially regarding change in soil carbon and nitrogen accumulation. One possible explanation is that the geomorphic change induced by shore evolution have been overlooked. Ecological geomorphic feedbacks are critical for understanding the structure and functional evolution of shore ecosystems in semi-arid regions. Nature shore encroachment often increases hydrological connectivity, resulting in enhanced resource export, soil erosion, and biodiversity loss, thereby increasing degradation risks. In contrast, artificial shore plantations may initially accumulate sediment and nutrients supplied from surrounding air. However, as the elevation differences between shore patch and intershore grassland increases, this system may gradually shift from a resource accumulation stage to a resource loss stage. Despite their different evolutionary trajectories, both natural shore encroachment and artificial shore restoration are fundamentally controlled by feedbacks between ecological and geomorphic processes. Hydrological connectivity provides a critical link between ecological and geomorphic processes by regulating the redistribution of soil, water, sediment, and nutrients across hill slopes. The response of soil resource to hydrological connectivity may follow a dynamic process of accumulation threshold loss. Previous studies have shown nonlinear relationships between connectivity and processes such as rainfall use efficiency, sediment trapping efficiency, and carbon retention capacity of shovel patch. Therefore, understanding to contribution of hydrological connectivity is essential for evaluating ecosystem state transition after the conversion of degraded grasslands into short ecosystem. In this study, we selected shortland and grassland hill slope from a watershed in the northern Louis Plateau. Along the hill slope from the summit to the foot slope, we established the 50 sampling sites and measure the soil physical and chemical properties, as well as relative erosion in the intershore grassland area. We use UAV-based LiDAR scanning and high-resolution imagery to capture hill slope topography and vegetation patterns. Point clouds and high-resolution images were processed to generate a DEM with a spatial resolution of 10 centimeters and DOM with a spatial resolution of 2. We posited absolute contributing area as an indicator of hydrological connectivity. Here we show the generated DOM and DEM. We found that hydrological connectivity exhibited strong spatial heterogeneity on shortland hill slope, whereas connectivity patterns on grassland hill slopes were relatively homogeneous with short ecosystem development. Connectivity between sediment source areas and the shore patch decreased, while connectivity between source areas and the intershore grassland increased. This indicates that shore establishment recognized the hill slope flow pathway and redirected water and sediment transport. Soil carbon and nitrogen distributions show distinct spatial pattern between shore and grassland hill slopes. Intershore grassland area experiment greater loss of soil carbon and nitrogen. Measurement of the relative erosion confirmed that soil loss was greater in intershore grassland. Change in hill slope flow network further supported these findings on shortland hill slopes. When all pathways became increasingly concentrated in intershore areas, which enhanced erosion process and accelerate nutrient loss. We further examined how soil carbon and nitrogen response to change in hydrological conductivity. The result showed linear relationships for grassland and intershore grassland area. However, soil nutrients with short patch exhibited non-linear responses to connectivity change with clear critical threshold. This is my conclusion and management implementations. Thank you.